Hello. Welcome on into today's stream, everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Sorry it took a second. I was in traffic. Where did you get the starting stream background? Oh, I found it online. I just found it online. I found one that said it was fine to use for commercial use and everything like that. So, hold on, I'm forgetting something. What just happened? Everything's falling apart. You'll love to see it. No copyright background type beat. Nope. This is from Risk of Rain 2. It's from a video game. What's up, Dr. Danger? Welcome on into the stream. So chat, yeah, I am learning some stuff about making a game. Right now it's in like the very brief phases of me just like trying to learn the engine itself. So I am very new to everything, but yeah. I'm really excited to like dive in and like learn more about Godot is the engine that I'm learning. So yeah, just a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff that I don't really know how to do. But look what I did learn what to do. I'm very proud of myself for this. I'm more so like just telling you guys like, oh, I'm, you know, trying this kind of stuff so I can like hold myself accountable. Because this is something that I don't want to like fall off or anything like that. So, but yeah, check this out. It's very simple. But I got the little guy to move. I haven't been able to like change him directionally or anything like that, but yeah. There used to be nothing here. Got a little platform to work and everything, so yeah. Obviously this is all like very placeholder-y and all that jazz. This isn't like what I'm aiming to make or anything like that, but yeah, I don't know, it's really fun just to like try something new and learn something, and yeah. So yeah, just learning all sorts of stuff with it. Yep. But yeah, it's pretty cool beans. It's pretty cool beans. Definitely still in the first stages of trying to figure everything out. So, which is going to take a very long time. It's going to take me a very long time to even learn about like a bunch of ins and outs of everything. So I just got to be patient with myself, and yeah. What's up, Yubi? What's going on? Nothing much. Just kind of chilling, talking with you guys, and you know, just kind of doing whatever we want to do and talking about whatever we want to talk about. Right now I'm just talking about my fascination with learning Godot. I was about to say, why did you want to learn Godot? And you said it was fun. So this is just a cool slip up by me. There you go. Yeah, no, there was a lot of different, you know, there's a lot of different softwares out there that you can learn from. Godot being free is definitely like one of the biggest things, just because I don't really have that much money at all. But yeah, so it's free, and then I've heard a lot of very positive things about it from people that I actually like know in real life. So I was like, yeah, sure. Might as well just like give it a little look-see, I guess. Like I said, I'm still nowhere near Oh, I said Godot, not Godot. Yep. But it's pronounced Godot. But yeah. So just been trying to learn my way around everything. And yeah, it's very, I don't know. It is one of those things where it's like, huh, this is very, very different than anything that I've ever really done before or ever attempted to try before. But at the same time, I think that's great. I'm kind of in a point right now where I really want to learn something new. So, yeah, totally just looking forward to learning even more. But yeah, I think what I want to do with streaming now and everything, I might not like implement it right away, just because I really want to learn more about Godot and like how it works and kind of more of the ins and outs. But I was thinking about it would be really fun to like just stream me making something. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe it won't work out, but I don't know. So right now, that just what sounds fun to me. Been trying to do this, so excited to watch. Radar the dog, welcome on into the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be 100%. Oh dear. 1 second. Can you guys hear the music okay, or is it too quiet right now? Just let me know. To be 100% honest with you, Radar, I'm probably not going to do much coding or anything right now, just because, like I've been telling people, I literally just started learning how to use the engine yesterday. And I mean, I haven't been able to do much, but I have been able to learn how to do this. So that's kind of cool. You can hear the music fine. That's good. Also, Wesley, welcome on into the stream. Thank you so much for being here. How you doing, man? But yeah, so I just thought it'd be fun, you know. Eventually, when I do learn how to, you know, do everything. Also, all of these assets were free and provided by the person. I'm watching this one guy's tutorials, and he was like, "Oh, and I made all these," and so links to them will be in the description. So that's where I got like all of the tiles and little character dude and everything. But yeah, so it's not much, but it is one of those things where I've never been able to really do it before. So I think it's really, really cool that I was able to do like even just a little bit. And who knows? I think it would be really fun to like kind of pursue and bring y'all on the journey of that. I'm probably not going to, once again, like stream my coding or learning. I'm not going to stream me learning Godot. That's just something that I don't want to do. I don't think that would be fun for me. I don't know if that would really be fun for you. But once I learn it a little bit more, I'll actually like stream me working on a project or something like that. I'm good. I had a job interview this morning. Feels weird to continue the job search after that, but not making any assumptions until I get an offer in hand. I think that is very smart of you. I think that is very smart of you. Not being defeatist, I could get a job. I feel like I did well in the interview, but I don't have it yet, and I'm not acting like I am. That's awesome. No, I think that's great. I think you have to do that, you know? You just never know. So chat, if, like, you wouldn't mind, make sure you hit that like button. Let's see if we can hit 5 likes right now. Right now! I think that'd be sick. But yeah, so I don't know, I found just a little thing that I think that would be really, really fun. You guys will have to let me know if you would like to see something like that for the streams. If not, that is 100% fine. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out. So it might be a little while before I actually like stream the deving itself. I might like do these streams just to like kind of talk about like ideas, map out some things here and there for like rough ideas of things that I want to do, things that I want to learn. So literally this is like a progression series I've just decided as of like right now of me just learning from start to finish how to make a game because I don't know how to, but I keep on telling myself that I want to learn and I want to do it. And so I'm kind of trying to hold myself accountable to actually do it. What better way to do that than in front of an audience? That's fair enough. I've been using AI to help me learn hands-on, but to start, and I think I'm going to bite the bullet and watch a 3-hour starting video. I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. You gotta... I think, like, watching someone who knows a lot more than, like, what I do, I think that's fantastic. I think there's no shame in, like, just taking time and, you know, if it's something that you really want to do, just, you know, do whatever you can do to learn it. Scotty, if I did programming and game design, how would you feel about doing art? First and foremost, I would say that I'm not a professional at all. What kind of art are you looking at? Or what are you looking for, I guess I should say. Because, like I said, I am nowhere near professional. I sometimes even argue if I am good. So, I like doing art. And provided that, like... I forgot to turn on this light. And provided, like, you know, it's actually what you want to do, but... yeah. Been meaning to pick up Godot back up, but life has been hectic lately. I get that. Life is crazy, isn't it? But, yeah, no, I like doing art and everything. It's just, I'm not anywhere near professional, but... you ask, we talk. I was thinking pixel art, but I also know that might not be your specialty. Well, I want to learn how to do pixel art. That's actually something that, like, I want to hear. You know what? I'm going to write some stuff down. That's one thing that I do want to do, like, for the project that I want to work on is pixel art. I think that would be really, really cool. I love pixel art, and I think the world thinks it's ugly, and I think that those people are wrong. So, I don't know. I just want to do something with pixel art. Only difference between a hobbyist and early professional is the attitude and business card. We all start somewhere, right? Absolutely. So I'm actually going to write this down real quick. Stuff for making a game. Alright, we're going to make a little checklist, huh? Is there a way to do, like, checkboxes? Yes, there is. Okay. I knew that. I use this. I use OneNote all the time. OneNote is, like... I need to reorganize it, because, as you can tell... Yikes. But, let's see. Anyone thinks Pixel art is ugly needs to go play Sea of Stars. Thank you. That is one of the most beautiful games ever created. Also, newsflash, all digital art is made of pixels. What? It can't be. It's impossible. Alrighty. Pixar is bad is wrong. JK, think of what you will and want to think. No. You actually had a point the first time. Let's see. So we need learn Godot. Pixel art. I would pull up this one lady. She has a really, really cool video about, like, things that kind of, like, help you realize what you should, like, work on. I'm trying to think of, like... I'm not gonna, like, play it, just because, you know, that'd be weird. But she's like, you know, pick your engine, learn your engine. I know, like, art was one thing that she talked about. I think music is another thing. Making game design document is always the first step if you actually want to make the game. Seriously... Please keep chat clean. Yes, we try to keep things, to where any age of any person could step in and feel comfortable. My bad. You are fine, Radar. You did not know. No problem whatsoever. Thank you so very much for understanding. Okay, so I'm gonna do this because I would really like how to learn how to do chiptune music. Making a game design document. So let's look this up because I guess you can say this is going to get pretty serious. Let's see. Game design document. Not like we're gonna drop the hammer on you for the first. Yeah, I was about to say. Now, if you were just like, I don't care, and then just like went to town, it'd be a different story. But so let's see, game design document. So this is like a. I'm just gonna click on this and see what happens. Game design document is a software design document that serves as a blueprint from which your game is to be built. It helps you define the scope of your game and sets the general direction of the game, keeping the entire team on the same page. Interesting. So it's like a basically just like an outline, huh? That's what I do for my books, actually. Like when I'm the one that I'm writing right now, I actually have like a huge like this is everything that's ever going to happen in the series kind of thing. What do y'all think is the hardest language? Dr. Danger says English. English is very difficult. I was about to say, are we talking speaking or programming? Because English is actually pretty tough. I think like the hardest one to learn, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it like some sort of Asian language? I can't remember. Best thing to do is find your minimal viable product. The core of your game needs to be itself. Yeah, like I said, I think what I would like to do, because right now I'm learning how to like make a platform kind of thing with all of the tutorials and everything of how to use Godot. I think it would be fun to do like a very simple like platforming thing and make like a simple little game out of that. Tibetan? Yeah, pretty much. I almost answered Java. Probably. Real. I'm obsessed with language learning stuff, and it depends on where you start from. That is 100% fair. But chat, what are we thinking? If I was to make a list, and then like, you know, we could talk in chat. But if I was to make a list of things that I should put down, as for things that I need to learn, obviously, like, learn Godot is, like, the big one. And then eventually, yeah, like, working on my own pixel art, music, and then, like, working on the document itself. Is there anything else that I should think about? I'm actually going to do... executive summary. I'm like looking at basically what these people are saying. Gameplay. Mechanics. Game Elmo. Elements. Assets. What's up, Pat? How you doing? Learning game design, making your game pretty and bug-free does not always make it fun. Oh yeah, no, I get it, 100%. Animation, so your characters have more feeling to them. I was thinking that would like kind of go along with the pixel art because like. Or are you talking? But I mean, like, are you talking about like with the animation of like the character moving and everything, kind of like how I have the. Everyone's like, I gotta. Let me do this. Coming from an artist is when you're making pixel art, I always never use a black outline. Use a darker shading of the main color. I mean, that is a fine enough point. I really like using cell shading a lot. I think cell shading is like really, really awesome art style. So I feel like it kind of just depends. But yeah, let's see. Because it's like, when you say animation, you mean like how the guy is moving and everything. Do you have something to make a pixel art right now? I use Libri Sprite, and it seems really good. I don't have anything. I mean, like, I have art stuff like GIMP and Krita, but I don't have anything like specifically pixel art. Also keeping in mind that I have absolutely no money that I can like spend. So, yeah. I'd say animation is a different skill from art. You can be great at drawing and painting, but bad at making it move. Does that make sense? That is 100% fair. 100% fair. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to pin this to the taskbar to show that it's important. $20 to download it. Easy, but free to download. Wow, English just failed me there. Yeah, I would say English is the hardest language. GitHub if you compile it yourself. Libri is free, you said? I can look into stuff like that. Let's see. Is this it right here? The Libra Sprite thing right here? And then you said a Sprite. I've heard a lot of people really liking that one, actually. Having a microphone like right in front of you. My current setup and everything. Like add impact on the landing. When you jump and land, you should add the character like squatting, squishing. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I agree. Like I said, like with that dude, it really is not that much me. More so, it's just like me just learning how to use the software. So it's a good start for sure. And if you want to take pixel art more seriously, you can move to Sprite if you're willing to pay for it. That is fair. Libra Sprite. And this is like free? Is it extensive or is it like... I mean, sure. I'll look into it for sure. How you doing? I'm doing all right, man. How are you? Just watched a 14-year-old clip about a drill sergeant getting scared by the maze game. Excellent. I have no idea what that means, but cool. Okay. Trying to think of like anything else. Seemed more bare bones to me, but it works, and that's all I needed. Hey, I guess that makes sense. There you go. Perfect. Trying to think of if there was anything else like that I need to keep in mind. Right now, obviously, like my main concern is learning Godot. But I am kind of wondering if there's like anything else that I need to keep in mind. Doing fine, and if fine equals living. Hey, there you go. What is up, bottom Deb? Deb? I'll just call you Deb. Welcome on into the stream. What will the game be about? That is a great question. I have a very bare bone idea, and I kind of want to keep it pretty bare bone until I can like learn more about like what I'm comfortable with. Since it's my first game, I feel like it would probably be best to stick to something really simple. Because at first I was like, oh, it'd be really, really fun to do something like a roguelike with card and dice mechanics and yada yada. And then I was like, I have no idea But I have kind of a small idea of what I want to do with it. It's gonna be, I would like to maybe do a platform just because that seems like the easiest thing for me to work on right now. Been a long time. Where have you been, Deb? I'm just glad you're here. No worries. But yeah, so I'm thinking about like doing a platformer and then like having a lot of do not make anything online for your first game. What do you mean by that, out of curiosity? Will the game be single or multiplayer? Does multiplayer have online aspects? All of that can matter when developing. Oh, is that when you're saying? No, online yeah, no. I hate online multiplayer games, so I don't want to make online multiplayer games. Yeah, no, it's definitely, like I said, I think I'm gonna just make it like a... Do you guys know... Hold on 1 second. Obviously, it won't be this cool or anything, but do you guys know the game The Messenger? Oh my gosh, it's on sale! Guys, if you haven't played The Messenger, go buy it right now. Unironically, one of the best games I've ever played. Make it with a horror feel. A good starter is what I heard. I hate horror, so I'm not gonna do that. No, I really want to do something like, kind of like with this, how it like has just platforming. Really simple platforming, but the story is like really, really good. But I think it'd be cool if like it was something like The Messenger mixed with something like and I know this is gonna sound very facetious, like the texting app. Making a game online is stressful, and I think if you publish it, Steam, it would cost money. Yeah, to keep a server up and running, yeah, it costs money. Plus, like, I hate multiplayer games, online multiplayer games, so... Yeah, no, what I'm thinking about doing, is a pretty simple InDesign platformer that has a lot of, like, big lore. And this might be very facetious saying this, but, I think it would be really, really cool to, like, have... Kind of like, you know how in Dark Souls, how most of the story and everything comes from... Most of the story comes from, like, the item description and everything. I think it'd be cool if, like, something like that, where it, like, has deep lore and everything, but it won't just outright tell you what's going on. And so it's, like, all the little items and trinkets will have, like, little things here and there. And so it's more like the player has to figure out the story itself, but... Yeah, so I'm thinking like a platform kind of with that kind of deeper lore thing, because that kind of stuff is what I like doing. You know, that's what I do for the book that I'm writing and everything, is like just work on the lore a lot. Steam costs $100 for you to put your game on there, but they refund that game if it makes $1,000. Chat, if I make a game and I make it like $2 because it's going to be like a bare bones butt, then we need at least 500 people to go buy. No, I'm just kidding. So no horror, no multiplayer. Well, that keeps a lot of options open. Metroidvania with lore, kind of like Hollow Knight. Kind of. I don't know if I'm cool enough to make a Metroidvania yet. Like I said, I just started learning how to use Godot yesterday. But something kind of along those lines with like a deeper lore, but like a platforming kind of thing. I think it'll be fun. Kind of like Slay the Spire lore. Yeah, kind of, I would say. I would like to go a little bit deeper. I think Slay the Spire's lore is it's cool, but it's very bare bone, I would say. So, 2D platformer Dark Souls would be game of the century. I mean, they already have stuff like that. Like, there's a couple of games like that. I can't remember what the name of one of the games that I have wish listed is like that. There's a lot of things. Also take like Blasphemous. If you ever heard of Blasphemous, or if you've never heard of it, rather, and you like Dark Souls and you like platformers, go check it out, because it's basically Dark Souls meets platformer. You just described Dead Cells. I mean, you're not wrong. Dead Cells is pretty insane. I don't know if the lore is as deep as like a Dark Souls game, but Dead Cells is really, really good. Do you have an idea board? It will help. I do not have an idea board. That is why we are going to stream this right now. We're going to make an idea board right now. Okay, I'm gonna... What if some of the lore was important to progress, so it got you to look into it more? I think... I don't know. I think it would be interesting more so to, like, have a bunch of really deep lore. Without having a lot of people really know where to turn to for it, if that makes sense. Like... Well, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm just kind of speaking right now, aren't I? Here, I'm gonna heart this. I'm gonna heart this. So, kind of what I'm thinking about is like, you know how like with Dark Souls and everything, some people play it and have a good time but don't know anything about the lore or anything like that? I think that's cool. How people can sometimes just play a game and not have to worry about like the deeper things of it. And if you want to do that, I think that's great. But if you look into it, you kind of more get rewarded for it. I'm thinking, I think that would be really, really cool because I don't want to like, I don't know, I don't want to alienate people that just want to play a game, but I also want to reward people that like dig deeper into it. Maybe Blasphemous is cool. It is super good. Just make chat remember all the ideas. Yeah. Mods, if you don't remember, oh, I'm just kidding. Dark Souls type, I'm a dude fighting a dude, and I have no idea. But yeah, exactly. Did I see? Never mind. What did you see? Okay, so chat, here we go. Let's make the idea board, shall we? Should we make the idea board black to keep it a night mode for all of you people that it's dark outside, you know? Memes? No memes. Sorry, chat. I tried to be funny. It didn't work. I wish I had my... I don't have my... Well, I have my stylus. I don't have my board that I could just, like, write stuff with. Unfortunate. If for a deck builder that I want to start building, but it's definitely too ambitious for a first project. I would love to do a deck builder kind of thing. If you ever do a deck builder, let me know and I'll do the art for it. Because I like doing little creatures. Cuphead? Yep, you did. I'm gonna be playing Cuphead for the members. I don't know when, but I am going to be doing that. That's gonna be the next like member let's play kind of thing. Light brown to simulate a corkboard. All right. You know what? I'm down. Let's do like... Do this. Okay. Do you guys like the Animal Crossing music, by the way, or do you want me to change it to something else? All right, class is in session. Everyone take out your notes. Alrighty. So... Blasphemous is cool beans? Absolutely. Blackboard for Miai. Without spoiling too much, I think I found a way to combine the strategy of Slay the Spire with the flashiness of Balatro. Wesley, why don't we just talk detail? And why don't we just make it? Animal Crossing goes well with the writing process of anything. Honestly, vibes. I agree. If you guys want to hear a different game, let me know. Because I like Animal Crossing a lot. But if you guys have like any other ideas for a chill game to listen to, please let me know. Okay, so... Here is the idea that I had. I don't like writing with the mouse. I like how I just did all of that setup for for me just to... Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on a second, chat. I got an idea. Where is it? I have an idea. Oh dear. That looks terrible. I'm gonna do something. This is my dumb artsy fartsy side coming out real quick. This looks terrible. I know. Never mind. Oh, you know what, chat? We're just gonna. Oh boy, just give me a second. Stardew is much better than Animal Crossing. I agree 1000%, but you know, Latcher on Slay the Spire for me would be a clown card turn-based strategy fighting game. It's just Jimbo climbing the spire. That's a game I want to see. An old cheese slice. Pretty much. All right, chat. Give me a second. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. So let me tell you a little bit of the idea that I had. Let me tell you a little bit about the idea that I had. Let's make this black though, and let's make the text white. Okay, so here is kind of the idea that I had. So taller version of the Tower Arcana card. True. Okay. This is going to show like how terrible I am at speaking my ideas. So we'll see how this goes. So the idea that I kind of had was, so it's a simple platformer, right? Let's do that. Platformer. How about let's do this? Platformer with Souls elements. I think that's kind of a fair blanket to put it under. Wouldn't we think so? Okay, so this is kind of what we're going for. So here is an idea that I had for it. Why does it always default just to play? Oh, that's why. There we go. So the idea that I had for like the story and the narrative drive is no, I can't do that actually. I was about to say, because I think it would be really, really cool if platformer with Souls on it, so basically Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight isn't really Souls. I mean, like, it's dark, but I mean, like, that's kind of it. And also, Hollow Knight is more Metroidvania than platformer, I would say. So here's what I'm thinking. So the kind of the idea that I had was, I think it would be cool if there was like some sort of force that made the world like destroyed and everything. So it'd be like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, right? And instead of everything crumbling down, it actually rises up. And so like that's where you have like infrastructures and like a bunch of ground that's just like floating in the sky, and it's made like this kind of like terrain that's really, really difficult to live on. And so people like down below are sending people up into the sky to figure out like what's going on and like come back with, you know, resources and everything like that. So that's kind of like the very basic idea is like, but would that be too close to Windblown? I don't know. Destroyed city in sky. Made in Abyss, but backwards. I've never seen a Made in Abyss, so fair enough, I guess. Destroyed city in the sky that player roams. Game dev? Oh! Capson, oh! How you doing, sir? Welcome on into the stream. That's kind of like the very like simple pitch that I could think of. So goofy yet cool idea for you. Hey, there you go. Hope nothing too crazy happens. No worries, my guy. No worries. You do what you gotta do. So kind of like the idea of it is I kind of wanted to keep like some sort of form of I would almost want. I don't know if roguelite is the same because I don't know how to like describe the idea that I have. So let me just start like speaking. I'm kind of telling you guys what I'm kind of thinking. How we're hiding it from the player. Yeah, pretty much the souls part of it is the lore is not just out flat out told. It's more like you pick up items, and if you read the descriptions, you're like, oh wait, that's kind of interesting. And then like as you kind of start piecing things together, that's kind of like the idea that I had with it. Also, I think it would be cool if like I think it'd be kind of cool if there was like a difficult boss or something like that, but I don't know if I'm sold on that idea quite yet for like my first thing. I don't know. But kind of the idea that I had with it, because this wouldn't necessarily be a roguelite or a roguelite, but I do like the idea of having to restart, if that makes sense. Like, I like the idea of restarting, like, every time you die, you go back somewhere. So maybe, like, death sends you to the ground, but you make checkpoints. That you can travel to. Or I guess you could start at, rather. Might need to make the text box bigger. No, I just want you guys to, you know, try guessing it yourself. Okay, hold on a second. What? I don't know if that's like actually a good idea or if that's like a really, really terrible idea. I think that would be something that I would just have to like figure out like as I go. But I don't know, I kind of like the idea of that at least. Oh gosh. Stop. There we go. I don't know, that's just like an idea that I thought would be kind of cool. I know a lot of people don't like the permadeath kind of thing. Or if that would make it too tedious, like if you, like every time you die you had to respawn and back at a different area. I don't know if that would make the game too tedious, but it's something that I at least want to like look, you know? You're just checking to see if we're listening? Exactly. So the game slowly turns lighter and lighter. You need to complete it faster and keep the dark mode and safe to the gamers. Basically complete it faster to save people. That's a cute idea. I like that. That's funny. I like that. Like Jump King? Not really. I mean, Jump King is like something, but no, not really. Did I read the above text? Yes, I did. Did you hear me read it? But I don't know. That's what I mean. I know like a lot of people hate that about roguelikes is like when you have to start over. Not above that. Goofy yet cool idea for you. Oh, yeah. If I ever miss a message, just type it up again, or just like copy paste it. But I don't know. So I mean, like I kind of like the roguelike aspect of that. Of like, I just don't know if that's like. I don't know. I don't know if you can even like really. I don't know. Could also be that you have to collect all the lore bits to beat the game. I mean, kind of, but like that. Like I said, I don't want the lore to be a huge like. I don't know. I don't like the idea of making the lore needed for the story. You know, I would much rather like if people look for the lore and find it, then they would like find something really really cool. I like that a lot more than just like hand holding and being like, hey, you have to discover this in order to progress, if that makes sense. Need the game faster to prevent it. Yeah, no, I think that's a funny idea. So, I don't care the terminology either. Interesting. Yeah. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you should like do this, but yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of trusting that like people that want to find the lore will find it, and have fun with it. But I don't really like the idea of holding people's hands and being like, check it out. So, yeah. So I think it'd be cool if it's like, you know how in like roguelikes and everything, like the area always changes? I think it would be cool if the area always stayed the same. But like as you find checkpoints and everything like that, like you can like respawn at different points. And like your items, they do change every time, but like you always like spawn back and like, you know, this, that, the other. I don't know. What's up, Danji's Designs? I've heard it's time to be a silly little goose. Yo, chat, go check out Dan. He actually is making the book cover for me, which is ridiculous. Dan, did you get my last email, by the way? Because if you did, that would be absolutely fantastic, because I would love to hear back from you. But, oh my goodness, it's the Drewest of all. Oh, how you doing, sir? What's up, Drew? Daniel told me to come wipe my genius on your design doc. Oh, just absolutely wipe it. I'm glad you are. I'd love to get that juicy genius all over this desk. Oh, how you doing, Drew? It was great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Right now, we're just kind of talking about, you know, right now I'm learning Godot. I'm very, very early on into it, but yeah. Indeed. I'm just slow responding to emails currently. Oh, no, you're fine, dude. No worries. You take your time, man. No, I really, like, for real, I really do appreciate the love and support that you give. It's been huge. Thank you so very much for doing that. And like I genuinely like almost started crying when I saw the cover. Honestly, making a design doc in Photoshop goes hard. I mean, what about a design doc in GIMP? I'd like to call that based. Yeah, I'm fine apart from seeing that selfish... Wait, what was that? Apart from seeing that selfish eye in Destroyed. Or the selfishness. Ugh. I'm glad that you're doing fine, man. I'm glad that you're doing fine. Hopefully you'll let me know if I could ever help you, if I could ever help you go from being fine to absolutely fantastic. How is your game going, Drew? Guys, if you guys didn't know, Drew, last time I talked, you were making that, like, creature capture game. That's based off of, like, mythology and everything. I think that's cool. You don't need grammar with a destroyed Andrew. It's been destroyed. Absolutely obliterated. But chat, I don't know. If you, as a gamer, and this is why I want to, like, let's talk about this. And anyone can, like, I want to hear from all of you guys, like, honest opinions. If you were to play that game, would you find it frustrating to have to, like, lose all your weapons and everything and have to, like, get respawned? Like, I don't know. Does that sound like a frustrating mechanic? Or does that sound like a mechanic that could be cool? I don't know. It's taking a backseat to breaking the lore at the moment. Dog, I started watching the first one. Life is a little nuts right now, so I haven't been able to finish it. But the little bit that I did watch was very, very fascinating. You're just so smart in, like, how you break things down. And I really, really thought it was really, really well done. So you should be very proud of it. Depends on how long it takes to win a run. Well, that's the other thing, is I'm thinking, like, let's say if you beat a boss or something, I feel like those bosses should be permanently dead, right? I don't know, though, because maybe do we even implement bosses at all? Depends on how harsh it is. So, let me... Is there, like, a certain length of game that, like, if you had to get respawned at, like, at what point do you throw up your hands and say, like, dude, this is ridiculous? Because, like, for me, like, maybe I would feel that way if a run was going on for, like over an hour, maybe? I don't know, though. Like, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. What do you guys think? I would not find that frustrating if I'd just F-E? What is F-E? I apologize. I'm not with the kids. Oh, get good. What? Doesn't bother me in games like Hades and Slay the Spire because those are 30 to 60 minutes, but the problem is games like Returnal, which takes several hours. Fair enough. I know you said you don't want to play the game for personal reasons, but your progression system sounds similar to Cult of the Lamb. I have not played Cult of the Lamb, but my wife likes it a lot. Oh, really? Okay. So it's kind of like that. I literally do not give up, but after 2 hours, I might have to do something else. I see. Okay. My bad, fat fingers. Nah, dude, I get that. I get that 100%. So, maybe that's not a good mechanic then, because I think it would be fun to get lost in this world and everything. So, I'm thinking it would be cooler. And, yeah, I would love to hear from, like, anyone else that has, like, an idea. But I'm thinking it would be really, really cool to, like, explore the world and everything and, like, kind of, like, become enriched by it. I guess at that point, maybe it wouldn't make too much sense to either go back to the world empty or go back to the surface world. I guess it wouldn't make sense to go back to their empty-handed, or because I'm not, just trying to think of like my own thoughts and everything like that. Might make the game feel more bulkier and larger than it is, which is kind of good, but too much repetitive actions might get boring after a while. Yeah, exactly. Might be dumb, but is it open world? Not dumb at all. I don't think I want it open world. I think it would be fun if, like, things were large and connected, kind of like Hollow Knight. But I wouldn't want it to be open world, if that makes sense. What if there are speaking mechanics, so you chose to pass things slower, and that could show you creatures and things without you disturbing them? Oh, a sneak mechanic. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think I like the idea of, like, this dark world out to get you. That's kind of where the idea of, like, the Souls elements kind of also comes in, but I don't think your ideas are bad, Radar, at all. And I like, for real, keep them coming. I get what you mean there, but for me, the repetition of roguelikes is part of what makes them great comfort games. They feel familiar enough where I can always pick them back up, but different enough each run that they don't get stale. That is true. That is true. Yeah, maybe. Is there... Do you have to have a world to get, like, randomized or anything in order for it to be classified as a roguelike? Or can you have, like, the same world with, like, a similar progression system of, like, I don't really know what I'm trying... Sorry, like I said, I'm so bad at, like, voicing my ideas. Roguelikes technically just means you start all the way over if you die. And I know roguelites are... You start over if you die, but you do keep some things with you. Hades has been pretty. Hades has a pretty much same world each time. I guess technically, but at the same time, they have some things that are different. Sorry, chat and Scotty, but I gotta go for a little bit. No worries, Danger. Hopefully everything's good. So Hades is roguelite. Slay the Spire is roguelike. Yes. I think it could also be considered roguelite as well, technically, because of like some of the unlocks that you get, but I'm not one of those people that's like, actually it's a roguelite. You know, I know a lot of people are, but I'm definitely not one of those people. Slay the Spire has progression outside of a run, though. Yeah, I'm not trying to get hung up on those details, I guess I should say. I think the main thing that I'm wondering about is, this is my jam, by the way. I'm not saying that, like, that's my, my big hang-up. I'm wondering more so of, like, should I implement a starting over mechanic without having a lot of, like, randomness? Because I don't know if programming randomness would be easy for me for, like, my first project, you know? Sir, that's not a rogue game at all, but kind of like one as it has minimal elements, but not all making it. Oh! But not, thank you. You know what, Kipson? You're right. Kisses. Slay the Spire has unlocks, but not progression. Ironclad does not get stronger or hit different after 100 runs. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Once again, though, I'm not here to debate whether or not Slay the Spire is a roguelite or roguelite. More so of like, would it be a fun game to have a world that never changes, but has like some implementation of dying and starting over? But I don't know if, like, if there's no randomness, maybe that's not really a good idea, you know? I guess what... Add a minigame after death or before respawn, which determines your spawn location. Basically, a second chance to decide your fate and how fast you can complete the game. See, I think that's fine. But I don't know how much more I want to add to a game if it's my first game, you know? What if the respawning things are different, but not the world? But then there comes the idea of how do you implement, like, scaling, I guess I would say. Because, like, what if you respawn right next to, like, like a very difficult area, you know? Rare enemies, but same place. Because I think it would be kind of cool. Here's an idea. Here's an idea that I'm kind of tweaking with in my head. What if we did, different areas have different material. So, like, maybe that's, like, kind of the, would that be frustrating, though? Like, what if, like, the main draw of the game is... No, I don't know if I would like that, actually. Never mind. I don't like that idea. Pools of enemies and enemies that only spawn after a certain amount of progression. I don't know if I have, like, the prowess of, like, knowing how to do that, though. You can make a simple minigame very basic, but you touch it after the deaths before respawn. See, but even, like, something simple, like, it took me about an hour and a half, right? It took me about an hour and a half. One second, let me show you. Let me show you what it took about an hour and a half to do. It took me about an hour and a half to learn how to not fall through this floor. So instead of like, you know, basically making something interactable. So you know how in Slay the Spire, the order of the rooms can change, but what's in the rooms doesn't? Like Gremlin Knob will always be Gremlin Knob and it won't change his pattern. Yeah, I do know that. Where are you going with that? Well, this looks fine. Hour and a half, welcome to game dev. Yeah, first day of the job, baby. Yeah, how it is. I don't know, because I don't want it to just be a platformer. I kind of, you know, like, I want it to have, like, its own thing to it. And I mean, maybe platformer with Dark Souls-like lore and how it's presented is enough. But I think it'd be kind of cool to do something... Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Sorry. I'm literally like thinking right now, just in my head. I'm gonna write anything. One second. So here's kind of what I'm thinking would be a cool mechanic. It's almost like, correct me if I'm wrong, it's almost kind of like Wizards of Legend, where, like, no, it wouldn't be Wizards of Legends, maybe, but what if it was something like the mechanic was like your weapon had the ability to absorb just a bunch of, like, things. Like, let's say, like, you start out with a blank sword and everything. When you respawn, it's almost like a roguelike where it gives you, like, 3 power choices. You choose one that you like. And then maybe later on you find, like, another power orb or something, and maybe, like, at face value it doesn't mix well together, but, like, maybe you can find cool combinations to, like, put in the sword and everything and, like, make a bigger attack. I don't know for sure if that would work, or if that's way too much. But, like, something kind of like that. Kind of like Hades' boon system. Yeah, kind of like Hades' boon system. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's a little too close to Hades' boon system. Character gets amnesia when they die. Never heard of that thing before. This feels like a business meeting. It is a business meeting. Welcome to the meeting. 100 levels that pool for maybe 500. You can go bigger or smaller depending on if you have a checkpoint after 25 floors or so. It's an idea. Like Dead Cells, kind of. Dead Cells actually, like, that actually, yeah. Kind of. It'll almost be like having a different skills weapon. Ain't this pretty common trope? Yeah. By the way, I was still here. I was just not talking. You're fine. Don't discard the idea. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to discard the idea. It's just the more that I, like, think about it. I don't know. I like the idea of, like, part of the reason why you need to go around this world is to, like, power up your sword or something. And maybe that could be, like, the narrative that, like, the game does talk about, is sword needs to be powered up. to win. Something kind of like that, where it's like, I don't know, maybe there's like a point system where it's like you need at least 20 points to defeat the final boss, or like to fight the final boss. Whether or not you get it like little here, little there, or maybe like there's like a little mini boss or something that gives you a point. I don't know. That way, like, you can keep the world similar. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know. The idea of like having a narrative be like you have to power up your sword, or like do something with a sword, I kind of like. I don't know. But being similar is a good way to start, and then you find to create a unique part when it becomes clear. That's true. What if certain swords interact with paths and parts of the world differently, or change the way you can solve puzzles? Maybe. And maybe it's not necessarily a sword, but like a weapon. Let me do that. Let's do weapon. Needs to be powered up to win, which sounds like such a it sounds like a very like, well, yeah, duh, you need to power up your sword or something. But what the frick is this ad? What is this? Stop it. Stop it. More Animal Crossing, please. Thank you. Make the main guy goofy. He has a dull stick at the start weapon, and the starting milestone he gets a knife, and the sharp stick throws a knife. No. You build a weapon from scraps. Hold on a second. Scraps, you find out aspects to it. Oh. So, okay, here's kind of an idea that I had just now. What if we did something like, and by we, I mean, like, what if I did something and you guys could tell me if it's a dumb idea or not? What if we had something kind of like, where it was like a simple platforming level, followed by another simple platforming level, followed by a boss fight, or something like that. And then when you destroy the boss, he gives you one of 3 rewards. You take one reward and you progress to the next one, and you do that like 2 or 3 more times. And then after that, you fight like the big bad guy or something like that. I don't know. So I guess this would be more roguelike, but it's more like a platformer roguelike, I guess. I don't know. Does that sound like a dumb idea? Like, honestly, chat? And then, like, what if there was, like, a pool of different, like, levels that, like, you have to do, and then, like, maybe there's a pool of, like, different bosses. Maybe there's, like, 2 or 3 bosses, like, for your first area. So it's almost like Slay the Spire with that, how they have, like, the Guardian, and then the, what are the other ones? Slime Boss, Guardian, and Hexaghost in Act 1. And then they, like, move on to the other boss. So it's almost kind of like Slay the Spire meets a platformer instead. Doesn't sound dumb at all. Would this reward be a permanent progress like in Hades, or temporary boost like Slay the Spire? I think something like Slay the Spire would actually be kind of cool. I think it'd be cool if, like, you had... Yeah, I think, like, the temporary thing. Sounds like a good structure for a roguelike. Dumb, no. Very basic, probably. And you know what, Deb? That is what I need. I need something very basic to work on. Some just inspire you to be able to know the boss before you get to them. I don't know. That one I might have to think about. Maybe the way you defeat a boss unlocks stuff for lore. Maybe. Like note pages and stuff. Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe if you, like, defeat a boss... So kind of like going back to Hades, the more times you interact with a character, the more it unlocks, like, certain things in your codex to, like, talk about the person. So maybe there's, like, a codex system where it's, like, if you fight this boss and, like, defeat him this many times, you added something to your codex. I kind of like that idea. Ton of games sound basic if you describe them in bare bones way. Yeah, exactly. Like, kill a bunch of really hard bosses to burn down a tree. Hashtag Elden Ring. So keep it at that. Seems good enough. Got to shoot for a bit. I'll try to be back later. If not, drop me a message after stream, and we can talk about some of the stuff you came up with. Thanks, Drew. It was very, very sweet of you, man. I appreciate it. And you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. If I don't see you again, love you, man. You take care of yourself, and let me know if I can do anything for you. And yeah, I'll definitely message you. Thanks again, man. I appreciate you being here. It really does mean a lot to me to see you. Codex for challenges, beat this boss under this time and lore, or defeat this weapon and boom, more lore. Maybe. I don't know for sure. I think, like, to keep it simple, I think I'll do it like just however many times you defeat a certain boss, the more you unlock their lore. And then, like, all of the bosses together make, like, a lore that, like, is very apparent, I guess I would say, but I don't hate the idea. Platformer boss almost also sounds a little bit like Dead Cells a little bit, but not to the point that I'm worried. So I guess something else that I have to think about is how do I say this? Like enemy AI and stuff like that. One second, I'm gonna do this real quick. So would this be a roguelike or a roguelite? Probably roguelite. I kind of like that idea a little bit better. Of, like, being able to just start over. Let's see, is there anything else that I should think about? I'm going to change this to something else. I'm going to change it to... let's do... Slay the Spire level progression meets... what am I trying to say? We had talked a little bit about we had mentioned something with Hades, but I can't remember what it was. I like for this little box, I'm just trying to think of like any like other games where I can like look back on and be like, oh, this is how they did it. Let me look at how I would do it. Make like a lot integrated maps for one area, so sometimes you know the pattern and sometimes it's different. That's an idea. I don't know exactly if that would be like the most beneficial thing for me to do, but I think that's an idea that I think sounds pretty intriguing. Hades Codex. Game of the year sold out everywhere. I think I would be put on a list. Trying to think of like anything that I could say too. I'm just gonna say, what's a game that has very simple but like fun platforming? I don't know if Messenger. Platformer. Personally, like, because how it looks. Raji, I've never heard of that. What is that about? Okay, I kind of like the ideas that we have going on here. This kind of contradicts. So we'll just get rid of it. Put something else down there. Trying to think of anything else that I should like do. I guess I mean like that kind of narrows it down like at that point. Let's go back and look at gotta make a banana and split. But good luck, and I'm excited to see more. Going to smash that sub button on the way out. Radar, thank you so much for doing that. I am live Monday through Friday. I try to start around 5 p.m. EST. Sometimes that doesn't work. But yeah, if you do that, I would love to see you here again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you then. Love, peace, and chicken grease to you. Thank you so very much for being such a fun chatter. It was good to see you. Looks like a story platformer. I know, and I'm curious. I'll buy it. 1 second. Said it's called Raji, an Ancient Epic. Mine definitely will not look anything like this. I mean, it's 75% off. So if you guys think it sounds interesting, that's cool. Very cool. Okay. It's very pretty. I was actually just thinking it didn't really look that good, to be honest. But I'm glad you think it looks good. Sorry. Just writing something real quick. Multiple words for how it looks as well. Really? Yeah, I didn't think it really looked that good. But maybe that's just me. My personal tastes, I don't know. Okay, so... Oh, I forgot to do something. 1 second. There we go. So I think that kind of covers an idea. I don't know if that's like necessarily enough to get like... Maybe that is enough to get started. I don't know. Let's call this... We'll call this game... What did we say we called this? Idea board. Call it my game. And I'll put stuff in it right there. Okay, so what are we doing now? What am I doing right now? I guess maybe we can go back to here. Our game. The Russian anthem starts playing. Gonna name this game is the real question. I am not gonna come up with a title until I get most of the story idea down, and then find a name that like I think appropriately vibes with it. So what if we did this? Forgive me, chat. 1 second. Oh. JK. There we go. This Animal Crossing music is dank, yo. Okay, so let me think of it like this. So if we did... Oh, hold on 1 second, actually. Let me do this. If we did... level... level... and then if we did... one of 3 bosses, maybe? 1 second. Okay, it's J. Control J. Control J. Okay. So we could say that we have 3 bosses. So what if we did... yeah, something like that. And then what if we did Control J? When does it become too tedious? Add an ultimate boss as well? Yeah, I will. So 4. I don't know if 4, like... Would that be too much to do 4? Or would it be... I don't know. So if we did that and then... Well, I mean, that literally is just Slay the Spire then, because there's like random pool, boss, right? So maybe we need to do something a little bit different. I don't know if you can manage it. Well, I'm just trying to think of like tedium, you know, like trying to think of like when would players start getting bored, you know, like, or when would they start saying, oh, this is a bit too much? Like, I guess it would kind of depend on how long the levels would take, and then how long the boss fights would last. I feel like it would be good if each level... I mean, like, obviously, like, it would... Here, one second. Let me think about this real quick. Let's say that this area took, like... 2 minutes, and then like another 2 minutes, and then the boss fight would take however long. Then maybe the next levels would be say like 3 minutes, then 3 minutes. And then if we did this one, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, how long would that be? So we have also, what's up, Wesley? Sorry, 1 second. 1 ultimate and 2 side bosses would feel like those are the ultimate boss. Left and right hand mans might lose their uniqueness. No, I mean, that is true. I'm just trying to think of like something that isn't just Slay the Spire, if that makes sense. Because you have the Spire hands or the Spire shield and the Spire spear right before the heart. But might take a different per person. Some people might play more offensively, might play it safer, which would take it longer. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to like think of like, I guess when I say 2 minutes, I more mean it like how lengthy, not necessarily like how long it will take to get through it, but like how far you design, if that makes sense. Like that's how I always picture it in my head. Like when I say 2 minutes, I'm thinking maybe like 100 feet, you know, very rough estimation. 3 minutes might be 150 feet. 4 minutes might be 200 feet kind of thing. Like how much of a program would I write? How much of a level would I have to write, you know? If that makes sense. So obviously like maybe the 2 minute one would take people like 5 minutes to get through. But I'm just thinking of like how long they are, like from left to right. Maybe I'm trying to think. Harder boss equals less time to travel and vice versa. What do you mean by that? Harder boss equals less time to travel. Wouldn't it be harder boss equals more time to travel? Why would it be less time? But maybe for the last one. My bad. No, you're good. I was just kind of curious as to what you were talking about, or like what you meant. What if for the last one? What if we did... You got the feelings? Okay. Okay, I was like, what? What if we did something like... What if it was like level... Oh, wrong. What if it level mini boss into like big time boss? Something like that. I guess the other thing would be like, should you make like a bunch of mini bosses, or also this level I think would be like a 5 or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Is that or should there be more than just like one? I think maybe there should be more than one, actually. 3 levels of bosses? I don't know if I like that idea. I think that sounds a little too strenuous. Basic, complex, ultimate. Basic, complex, ultimate. Basic. I know what you're saying, but I don't know if I like the idea. Just to be 100% honest. Okay, let me do this real quick. Okay. Sorry, Chad, I got into the zone there for a second. And then for this last one, that's when we... see the big bad. So what if that was kind of how it worked, was like, oh, 1 second. Is like a platforming level that takes a little bit longer, and then 1 of 3. Maybe I should like do commas. Like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the big bad would be... So technically you would have... 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically you would have... area. doing this for simplicity's sake. Come here. So area 1, area 2, area 3, and area 4. Make 2 levels of difficulty. You'll need to develop the bosses. Wait, why would? What do you mean 2 levels of difficulty? Harder and make it engaging, which will increase your work in developing them. I'm confused. Why? Are you saying like add another platformer? Like in each of the areas? Is that what you're saying? But if it was something like really basic like this, I don't know. Trying to think of like now here's something else that I'm like just barely thinking of. What time is it? Okay. I just have somewhere to be at 7:30. Or I need to be done with stream at 7:30. So here's something that I'm kind of wondering about. When it comes to the bosses and what they give you, what kind of rewards would they, or should they give you? Because whatever rewards they give you, I guess, like... Sorry, I'm trying to think of, like, a billion things at once. Like, the rewards in these levels... I think, like, if you reach the end of a platformer, you should get something. At the end of another platformer, you should get something. And then when you fight the first boss, you should get something. So it's like each of these should have a reward that makes exploring everything and fighting the final big bad into something, I don't know, worth it and like kind of different, I guess. Maybe like each level has something that only certain rewards or items could, I don't know. How much harder or complex each boss will be now that you can make 2 bosses of power 1, 1 boss of power 2, and 1 of 3. If you keep them only 2s and 3s, it will be harder for you to develop them. I see your concern, but I don't see why you think that I'm doing that. I'm confused. Harder complex each boss will be. Yeah, so area 1 is going to have very simple bosses. Or not like very simple, but like compared to everything else, it's going to be relatively simple. So like area 1 is going to have like what's a good color for this? Yeah. So they have like green level bosses, right? Area 2 is going to have like yellow. Area 3 is going to have like orange difficulty. And then level 4 will have almost red. And then like the big bad is going to be like red difficulty. So it's like starts out relatively easy and it progressively gets harder. Hierarchy and bosses, I disagree. So I don't know if you understand where I'm going with all of this. So, these are just different bosses. That doesn't, like... So each time that you go into this area, it's going to be random which boss you see, but you'll only see one of them. And then you'll move on to area 2. Me like colored circles. Me too, buddy. Me too. So yeah, Deb, the whole point of this is you will see this one, but not these two. Then you'll see this one, but not these two right here. And then you'll see this one, not these two. And then you'll see one of these, but the other two you won't see. But the only very consistent thing will be the king. If you do hierarchies, then you run the risk of just people being like, oh, I don't want to see this guy. I want to like reset and like see this guy. I want them all to be relatively the same challenge, just like presented differently. What does all this mean? This is the basic like kind of the concept and the idea that I have for like just the game, I guess I should say. So now comes the idea that I was thinking of, like, maybe it would be a good idea to have like a shopkeeper? I don't know. Should I have like something before each boss? Random boss spawns? No. So you have a level. You go to the next level. And then you have a boss fight. One of the 3 bosses will show up. Once you defeat them, you go to the next area. Platforming level, one of the 3. Platforming, one of the 3. Platforming, one of the 3, big boss. I'm gonna need to rewind like 2 hours. So, relatively speaking, I think the bosses might be like, let's say each one lasted like, so random it is. Yeah, but when you say random boss spawns, I'm not going to have a boss spawn on this level. Or I'm not going to, here, 1 second, you can't see. That's too big. I'm not going to have a random boss show up here. Or like one right here. They're always going to be in the final room. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea, kind of like the general idea of what I'm thinking. What is this? Oh. Yeah, let's do that. So for this boss fight, maybe the boss will last like... I guess it kind of depends on how long people take, but let's say like an average, like the ideal is I want the average to be like a 3-minute boss fight or something. Is 3 minutes too long? Might be a bit too long, actually. What's an, chat, out of curiosity, like what's an ideal like difficult boss length? Because I'm like thinking about like back at Elden Ring. I always think like a difficult boss fight's like 5 minutes. Will be a theme of the bosses. It kind of depends on like which boss. Like I said, I'm just barely getting these rough ideas out. 2 minutes should be fine. Okay, I can see that. Yeah. So let's say like we have a rough aim for 2 minutes per boss fight, right? So how long roughly will that take? Also, I think these numbers need to be boosted by like 1 each. So instead of 2, it would be 3, 3, and then this would be 1 second. This would be, whoa dear. This would be 4. This would be 4. And then this one right here would be 4. This one would be 5. And this one would be roughly 6. Oh. Did I not write there? Where did I write that one? Oh. Six. Maybe the final boss will be like 3 or something like that. That looks too goofy. Oh no. I hate when they're all on like separate things. Organization. Okay. Like that. Maybe. King should be like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, just add a little length. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that, Pat. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. Okay. So if we were to add all these numbers up, I'm thinking that the ideal length of the game, if you were trying to speed run this, like let's say like these are speed run levels, right? Like, also, how long is like the first level of Mario? Like, how much time do they give you? I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now, but also I kind of like the idea of having like a shop or something, if that makes sense. Like if there was like a shop right before each boss. So if we had like one right here. Huh? Thank you. Control J. Control J. Yeah, kind of like that. 20 minutes run might be good. Like 1-1. What do you mean by that, Square? 11 minutes for bosses and 9 minutes for all levels, or 25 minutes. Name the shop Shop Bob. Tell you what, if you give me $1,000, no, I'm just kidding. What's up, Beans? How you doing? What am I doing? I am just kind of coming up with a rough idea of how I want to program a game that I want to program. I am very far away from actually making said video game because I'm learning the game engine Godot. But this is like kind of a rough idea of the type of game that I would like to make. Traveling cart with randomized items. $1,000. Nah, I'm just kidding. 2,000. No, I'm just so okay. Let's do this real quick. Boom. Okay. So we're saying, what kind of game is it? Oh boy. Oh boy. 2,000 means I won't be able to afford taxes. I mean, just give me your taxes, you know? So the idea behind this, Beans, Monsieur Beans, is I'm going to be trying to make, hold on a second, a platformer roguelike with Souls elements. What I mean by Souls elements, I mean like the lore will be like something that you have to discover rather than it being like spelled out for you. Plus the bosses might be a little bit more on the difficult side. So that's what that's kind of the game that I'm going for. The setting is like it's a destroy city in the sky. The level progression is kind of like Slay the Spire, where like it pulls from like like it pulls from like 3 different bosses at the very end of it, and then you move to different areas. So kind of like Slay the Spire. The Hades Codex kind of thing where if you fight a boss so many times, then you update your codex about them and you can like learn more about them. And then platformer, LOL. So yeah, it's the basic system of it is platformer, boss. So that's kind of what we were going with right here. G taxes, R taxes. Was like we would do level, shop, boss, and then you would pick like you wouldn't pick. I would design the game to therefore pick one of 3 random bosses. So kind of like with Slay the Spire, and then you would go on to the next area, same thing. Next area, same thing. The final area would be a little bit different, where they would just have one bigger level, and then a shop, and then one of the 3 random bosses, and then you fight the big final boss. Bob shop. Tell you, $1,000, man. We'll make it happen. All right, let me look at calculations real quick. 3. Oh, what just happened to my calculation? Oh, let me try that again. Okay, so we have 3 plus 3. Plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 3. That is actually 40 exactly. And this is like if you sped through the game just really, really quickly. So that's 40 minutes. So that'd be 40 minutes for an ideal fast playthrough. Is that too long? Should I shorten the... Let me go to my original plan. No, it's fine. I think so too. I'm just gonna see what the numbers would be real quick. So we're saying the game roughly per round is 40 minutes. But let me try this real quick. Let me do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3. Be around 33. Okay. I think 40 minutes should be fine. Somebody would somehow probably get sub 20. I hope so. I think that's the coolest thing is watching people break video games and seeing the devs react to it being like, what the heck? Maybe add small platforms. I was about to say, I think the platformers won't be this long. When I say 3, it's just more for my head of oh, this is how long the thing. Platformer level right before the king. I mean, maybe it'll have a little thematic thing, but this is more of a test to see if you can actually make it, you know? A quick and small one. Yeah, if I did add one, it would be something tiny. It would be little things where you literally can't fall off of. Because I think if you could accidentally fall off of it, I think that would be just so sad. And I think people would get more mad at that than not. So, okay. I kind of like that idea. So, if we're saying... Let's say, roughly... $40 minutes. I think roughly 40 minutes for a full thing would be actually pretty nice. To aim for about making a 40-minute level progression. As soon as the game publishes, I'm getting world record. I think it would be really cool actually to like host something once but I mean like that's gonna be years down the line because it's gonna be me and only me, and I'm gonna have to learn a lot of things. But I actually really kind of like this idea. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? And be 1000% honest. If this sounds like it's too much, or like if it sounds like it's something that you wouldn't be interested in, I really want to hear your honest feedback. Like, for real. Don't try to just sugarcoat it. Host a stream where it's just everyone speedrunning the game. That'd be really funny. But, yeah. It's kind of the idea that I'm thinking about. Okay, name this... Rough... Game... Progression idea. This idea is great besides watching gameplay. I watch a lot of devlogs, so I'll sure watch this for sure. There you go. Okay. I kind of like this idea. I actually do kind of like this idea. And then after, like, every death, we have to have, like, some sort of, like, hub world, obviously, but we're not gonna count that, like, in this idea that we got going on right here. But... okay. So we kind of know what the game is gonna look like. We're gonna have a platformer roguelike with Souls elements. And then... roughly like level 1 or area 1's going to be like platformer boss, platform area 2, platformer boss, area 3, platformer boss, area 4 is platformer boss, super boss. Roguelike or roguelite? Yes. No, I'm thinking it's going to be more roguelike than roguelite. So, yeah. So something like much more random. Personally, seems very similar to other games on the market. I don't know if I would love to play it, but sure I will try it if can, but surely not my taste. Might be wrong, no sugarcoating. Hey, perfect. That's totally fine. I will say this, I am... of the mindset of I will not make a game for everyone, because at that point it's a game that will appease, like if you try to make a game for everyone, then all of a sudden you make a game for no one. So if it's not your thing, it's just not your thing. But you're right, I do want to make it like stand out on its own a little bit. That's why I kind of like the idea of the random platformers and adding that kind of element to it. But yeah, this is, like I said, very rough, so we'll have to like keep on going and making it as appeasing to a lot of people as possible. But at the same time, I won't be able to make everyone happy, of course. Gotta go, peace. No worries, Pat. Love, peace, and chicken grease to you. You're awesome. You take care of yourself. Did say to make it roguelite, but have integrated maps for one area. You said roguelite, but I like roguelike a little bit more. It lacks standout stuff. I want you to know that this is also the first time I've ever even thought about it. So, if you're gonna judge the game like 2 years before I even like get it, like this is day one. But I guess you do you. But yeah. I did say, yeah, but have integrated maps for one area. I don't know entirely what I'll do with that or anything. But we'll see. we'll see once we like get into it as well. If this is just the very bare bone idea, I think I'm actually pretty happy with it being like this kind of model. And then yeah, we'll come up with things that'll make it stand out and everything, of course. But that's not going to come until a little bit later. So trying to think of something unique should be baked into its core story structure. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. Not to be like, oh, don't worry about it, I cook. But like that's what I love doing more than anything, is writing stories and like making deep lore and everything. So like that will not be a problem at all. Like that will be not a problem at all. I need time, obviously, but yeah, it's going to be unique. It's going to be unique. I'm not going to say that people won't like look at the game and be like, oh, this reminds me of this. Because I think if I said that, that would be kind of disingenuous. But yeah, I'll definitely like do my absolute darndest. So I guess the thing that we need to think of now is unique is what I love. I agree 100%. I like it when things are unique. Obviously, like, I think uniqueness is almost dead, but no, I agree 100%. So I guess what we need to think about now is what can we do? What can I focus on right now? Because like I said, I'm gonna work on like getting familiar with Godot and like making something and like just figuring my way around it. Something that I need to study a lot of is just, yeah, figuring out the... Sorry, I had like a weird itch in my eyebrow. Yeah, so the main things that I need to focus on right now is Godot and how to like use it. I think the next thing that I need to think of is how to make unique boss fights, I guess. Like how to like actually make a boss fight, I guess. So yeah, I'll have to think of something with that. I'm trying to think of like homework right now. Let's do enemy AI. What is... Yeah, so I think that's like kind of the... I think game design kind of falls under that, doesn't it? Probably. But it is something that kind of I have no idea about. Okay, so we have... Big thing is just learn my way around Godot. That's going to be like my big focus for the next however long it takes. But what do we want to see like on the street? I mean, obviously like learning Godot and then like coming up with the levels and everything like that, obviously. I guess just anything. Is there anything that you guys want to see like me do? Is there anything that you guys would think would be like fun to watch after I'm done figuring out Godot? What is this? Sorry, I just got a notification on my streaming thing. No, thank you. Got no ideas. Devlogs. Well, yeah. I mean, like, No, I'm gonna be doing that for my streaming. Is just like just streaming me making the game. But I'm wondering like what would you guys like be most excited to see? Like, would you be more excited to see me work on like the art? Would you like me to like work on the music? Like what makes you most excited like when it comes to game deving and everything like that? Like what do you think makes you most excited? Art because me artist. What kind of, like, where can I find your art, out of curiosity? I'm gonna have to, like, pretty much learn from scratch. Because I know how to, like, sketch things, but I don't really know how to translate it into digital art, so... You don't share your art. Oh, okay. Sag. I was wanting to see what you did. Art and art, it's an us moment. Okay, so let me write down my homework for today. Well, I know that I'm gonna make a new thing called game making. I'm going to copy all this and put it into here. I'm going to call this homework. Do I have a Discord? I do have a Discord server that I have made. However, I have not done anything for it, so it's not ready to go public just yet. Ads. No. Yeah, it's not ready to go public just yet, but as soon as it is, I think it would be fun to invite y'all in and all that, so... There we go. What you doing? What's up, Rich? How you doing, man? Oh my gosh, you're on call.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been there for?
Oh, like a minute, really.
Oh, really? Chat, go say hello to Icy Richard. Go subscribe to him.
Nah, make sure you're subscribed to Scotty here.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Nope.
Let me,
Nope.
Hold on. Chat?
Nope.
Chat. Everyone say hi, Richard, by the way. Let me do this. Go subscribe over to my friend Icy Richard. He is a great lad. He's very handsome too. So go subscribe to him.
Hello, Square?
Hello. Yeah, I was about to say I don't know either.
Hello, Box.
Give love to Scotty? No.
Hello, the bottom dib.
Don't give love to Scotty. Give money to. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, I would if whenever your book comes out.
It's. I mean, the cover is actually done. So. Yeah, we're just working on some final odds and ends, and then. Yay. Fun fact: you already subscribed over to Richard. Nice.
Hey.
So yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
So what we're doing, Richard, is as of yesterday, I started trying to learn Godot, which is a game making software. So, because I want to make a video game.
Ah, what software does it use?
So I'm using Godot.
Well, what is it? C? Is it Python? Is it C#?
It has its own language. I can't remember what it's called. I heard that like it's close to something. I can't remember what it. I think it's close to. I think it said Python, but let's let's see. What language does Godot use? It uses... Oh, so it uses GD script, but it's close to like C++ and C#.
Okay.
Or it can use C++ and C# or something like that. But yeah, apparently it has its own language, GD script. It uses English. I've heard enough from you. Richard seems like a chill guy. He is a chill guy.
I am pretty chill, but that's really all I offer.
Nothing wrong with
Oh,
that.
I guess I'm occasionally funny.
You're a very good guy.
Oh.
But yeah. So yeah, we're making a here. I just made an idea board.
All right, let's see what you got so far.
So far, we know that it's going to be a platformer roguelike with Souls elements.
Okay. So you got platformer there. It's going to be a 2D platformer?
2D platformer. It's going to be like a pixel art kind of thing.
Okay.
So if you know... have you ever heard The Messenger?
I have not, but I will look it up.
One of my favorite video games of all time. It's on sale for $4 right now on Steam. You should play it.
Ooh.
It is genuinely one of my favorite video games of all time. It's so good.
Ooh, it is 80% off.
It's beautiful. It's fantastic. Go check. Like for real. If I could just say, like, Rich, like, if you have $5 to spend, like, actually play that game. It's so good. Guys, good news. I'm worth 3.31 US dollars. Hey, there you go. That's way more than me, so that's cool.
Hey, Scotty, you're priceless.
Tell that to my bank account. So
yeah, mine too.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So yeah, it's gonna be a platformer roguelike with Souls elements. So if you look at a game like The Messenger, it's gonna be like that kind of art. I mean, like, obviously it's gonna be very different, but like it's gonna be like that kind of stuff. And then it will have like lore, kind of like that you would discover in something like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or stuff, like where people don't just like outright say the lore, but like if you figure it out, like it's a lot like deeper and darker and that kind of stuff. Plus, like, the bosses are going to be a little bit more difficult, or at least I would like them to be. So it's kind of like Lies of P, where the bosses are a little bit more difficult. Yes. And then the very basic like area, so like the very basic idea. I'm not from the USA, that's why I'm worth so low. Oh man.
Well, if you have at least one of your kidneys, that's like $160,000. So like.
Wait, where? Because anyway.
On the black market.
Ah, dang it. I was hoping there'd be a more legal way. But yeah, so the basic setting is like it's a destroyed city, but it's in the sky. So it'll have like that kind of thing going for it. So it's like your little hub world where you get like all of your items and everything, like before heading out on a run, is on the ground, but then you get like shot up into the sky. I don't know how yet, but I just think that's a fun idea.
Okay.
And then so it's gonna have like a certain kind of level progression system where it's like you have a platformer, and then you fight a boss, and then you go to the next area, rinse and repeat until you fight the big bad guy.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that, because I wanted to keep things somewhat simple, just because this is my first game. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to add some interesting flavors to it.
Yeah.
But
especially with it being a roguelike.
Yeah. And so I calculated that, like, for people really booking it and like trying to like just like go through the game really quickly, but I think the average completion time for a run would be about 40 minutes. So
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. Forgot me and Scoot's family uses apple and orange juice bottles to make cold water. How did you know? But yeah, so just something kind of like that. I don't know, like I said, like I'm in the very early stages of like learning the engine itself. So obviously this is all very, 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 very like just oh, this is what I want to do with it. Like very basic, but yeah, eventually we'll get going and figure it out and everything. But look, I'll show you what
I get it.
I'll show you what I did though. show you what I did.
Show me what you did.
So I'm like following step-by-step instructions for making the game and like learning my way around it and everything. So I'm like watching a few tutorials, but look what I did. Look what I did. I have a little dude. It's like breathing and everything. And
You
like,
have a little dude.
yeah, and then he can like jump and everything. And there's like platformers and yeah, stuff like that.
That's such a cute little dude.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah. But yeah, I learned how to like make it so he doesn't fall through the floors.
Yeah.
And then like did little platforming things, did like the little animations of his idols and his jumpings and stuff like that. And so I'm like,
So cute.
yeah, it took like an hour and a half to do all of this, but like the fact that like I actually got to like this point actually made me really happy. So
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
yeah,
And that's the first step is like getting that practice in.
yeah, it was funny. I was actually talking to my dad not that long ago, and he was like, you know, with all like the games that you play, why don't you like learn how to make one and just like have fun with that? And I was just like, I don't think I can do it. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, but I want to, so maybe I just would like start learning. And so like I told him, I was like, I think the one thing holding me back is like I haven't had a moment of, oh my gosh, I did that. And the first time that I had an oh my gosh, I did that moment was when I was like watching the tutorials, and then it said like, oh, and if your like little dude falls through the platform, this is what you got to do. And then I like tried what he did, and it still didn't work. And so I paused like the tutorial, and then I was like, well, let me try something else. And so I tried something like on my own volition, and it worked. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had the moment. So yeah, obviously like this is very rough, and I still have such a long way to go, but like, just, I don't know.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm really happy for you then, because like I think that's exactly what you need, especially when you're getting started with something. Is you need that kind of aha.
Like,
Like,
oh,
yes.
I get it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the Gojo moment when he unlocks purple, when he's just like, it all makes sense now.
Spoilers. No, I haven't even touched that series yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't watched.
Oh.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Then I will not say anything else, but I mean that spoiler is like so minute, but like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, because isn't his powers like red and blue or something?
Yeah, so it's, I mean, like, it's a lot more complex, but it's like the red represents like forward moving energy, and the red represents backward moving energy. And so like he finds a way to like mix the two, and so it creates like an anomaly, and it creates like a purple hue and everything, so he calls it hollow purple. So it's really cool. If you haven't tried JJK, you should like watch it.
What kind of finger did he eat to get that?
Okay, so you know a little bit about it.
I know a little bit. I know they gotta eat the fingers.
I mean, he doesn't, like, but someone else does. Great inspirational story. Thanks. I think it'd be really cool for you to make people that place your fans or the people that supported the game in the game. Yes. No, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing, like, if you are this tier, like, member on YouTube, then you'll have your name in the game somewhere, like, in, like, a little hallway. Kind of like, I don't know if you've ever played or heard of Sea of Stars. Have you heard of or played Sea of Stars, Richard?
I think I've heard of it.
That's another fun game. There's like a little trophy room that they have where it's like they honor like the heroes that have fallen before them and everything. And on each of the statues is actually like every single person who backed the game. And so I kind of want to do something like that. So I'll probably do something where like anyone who becomes like a member of maybe like silver tier or higher will get like their name somewhere in the game or something like that. Maybe like I'll even have like when it gets to that point, I'm really far away from even thinking about it, but maybe like if I start a GoFundMe or something, anyone that backs that, like, you know, something like that.
And I mean, you already know like what makes a game worth it. You know, all your series.
I mean, fair, very fair. I don't know, chat. But that's just kind of like my rough ideas of like all the games and everything, and then I think I'm gonna like start doing that kind of stuff like on streams and everything, just because like to be like completely transparent. for everyone here in the chat and for what is happening?
You're keeping tabs.
Oh my gosh, the ads are crazy on this video. But just to be like really transparent, I've been really not happy with how things are going with the channel, and I really wanted like something different. And so I tried something different and it really hasn't been working. And so I was like, well, I need to try something else. And I want to like learn something new while I do it. And so I think like devlogging and everything like that, I think would be really, really something that I'd be interested in, like just making like for YouTube and everything, like with the lives, and then everyone can watch the VODs and I'll make like little videos about some things. So I think that's where the channel might go. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me see if I'm still subscribed to this one guy.
I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, I mean, I hope so.
Of course I'm subscribed to you. That's how I saw your live, 2 hours late.
Yeah, what the frick?
I think you started when I had gone downstairs.
You're fine, dude. Who are you talking about?
I don't remember his name. He does game dev stuff, though, and he does tutorials.
I know, there's a school... There's someone that does a lot of dev logs for, like, his Pokemon fan games.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Thundaga, but yeah, if you know like someone else. What am I looking at?
Let me see if I can find him.
Yeah, you're good. What time is it?
It is, well, it's 8:02 for me.
Yeah, so it's 7:02.
Yeah.
Cool. I got about like a few more minutes.
Okay.
But chat, what are we thinking? Like, is there what would you like to see throughout? I mean, this is what I'm going to be doing live. Is there anything that you guys would like me to make videos on? Just let me know in the chat.
You could probably do, like, character design stuff.
Character designs, yeah. I was thinking, like, stuff like that. Maybe talking a little bit about the lore without, like, spoiling things.
Yeah.
You learning how to code? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like, would you guys actually want to watch, like, videos of me learning Godot? Like, I don't think I can because I'm watching other people's videos on YouTube to learn how to do it. So I don't want to, like, accidentally, like... I don't want to steal anyone else's content indirectly. So I don't know if I'll make any videos about me, like, learning Godot, but I, like, definitely when I'm, like, actually making the games, I'll, like, make raw video files. Maybe, like, I'll make the raw files, like, available for members, and then I'll, like, edit some down for, like, the public or things like that. So I don't know. We'll have to look and see. I just don't want to accidentally, like, step on anyone's toes or anything like that, you know? How I made my game? Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Goes
hey.
so hard. What's up, Rich?
I think I found the tutorial you're following.
Did you?
How to make a video game Godot beginner tutorial by Brackies.
Let me see if you're right. I have no idea. I just clicked on it and liked videos. Let's see. I'm gonna. Yeah, by Brackies. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like he is very informative and really really good. But I had to put his I had to put the video like at like a slower playback speed.
Yeah.
Because brother speaks so fast, and I was just like, wait, what? Wait. So, but it was fun. He's a really good. He's a really good way of like starting it. I watched a couple of videos. Maybe I'll make a video on that. Is like once I get a little bit more into it, like maybe I'll say like, oh, these are the people that like I've like watched to figure it out. Maybe I'll make like a weekly like video series of like a weekly update of everything, and just make my YouTube channel just like my hey everyone, listen, like check out how it's going for all this yada yada yada. I don't know. I do not know, chat. Maybe also place them in the Hall of Fame. Maybe.
Ooh. You can also do you can probably do videos on like what you figured out and how to do certain things, like some of your challenges.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be cool. Rich, do you know how to like set up a Discord channel?
Like a server?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, kinda.
Maybe I'll have to. Yeah, I was about to say, because I would like to make like a server for people, and then like have like a bunch of little accesses for this tier of people, yada yada yada. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
But cool.
I need to.
Alrighty, chat. I think I'm gonna call the stream here. And just because I have like some other things, and I'm sorry that it took me a little while to get to streaming today. Normally I stream for about 3 to 4 hours ish. It's a little bit shorter today just because I got stuck in traffic and stuff like that. So
boo, traffic.
I know, for real. But yeah, hopefully you guys had fun. I definitely will be doing more of this, and like, I don't know what we're gonna stream tomorrow, but we will definitely stream tomorrow, and it'll be about the game deving and everything like that, and yeah. But yeah, I really do appreciate everything. Appreciate y'all and everything that you guys do. Just remember that you're loved, you're important, you're fantastic, you're always welcome back here on the r-scotty. I think if I'm changing, I think I might change my name back to g-scotty, chat. What do we think?
So, why the name change?
I changed it because I had like a stint where I was like, well, I'm going to change my name to r-scotty because I'm going to be like all about roguelikes and everything like that, which still sounds fun, but like it's just not working and I'm not really liking it as much. So
yeah.
So I might go back to g-scotty.
Do it.
Before you and someone said a double-sided joke saying Java's the hardest language in coding and in IRL, which made me laugh. 100%. That's the joke of the day, is that Java is the hardest to learn both ways. g-scotty rolls off the tongue more. It does. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I'm in a point in my life where some things are happening where I try not to make split-second decisions and everything, but sometimes I accidentally do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna swap the name back today. But yeah, Java's an actual language, is it really? That's funny, I didn't know that. But yeah, chat, I'm gonna be back live again tomorrow with some more game stuff. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we are going to do it, and it's gonna be great. Even if it's just like talking about just the ideas for like some things here and there. But yeah, thank you guys so very much for everyone that's here. Square, Deb, Richard, anyone else that's been in here. I really do appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll see you guys again tomorrow. And yeah, just remember that you're more important than you think you are, and that I love you, and you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. See you guys next time. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Bye. Bye.